Legal team calls that search a violation of his constitutional rights, and they're demanding an evidentiary hearing. Not so fast, though. Prosecutors defend the seizure. They say the notes were obtained during a nationwide, pre-planned sweep.
Tell you the real from the front line. You know what I'm saying? It's wicked, wicked, wicked. So you be careful.
Yeah.
We can't do nothing in day. You know what I'm saying? I need you out there. You feel me?
Yeah. I hear you. Yes, sir.
This is all cap. This is cap. Now, Floyd, I don't know if Floyd Mayweather is so used to deceiving and fooling niggas that he thought he could fool the actual business insiders because a deal like this.
CNN has just leaked a damning phone call audio allegedly tying Floyd Mayweather to a massive $400 million tax scandal. The explosive audio clip, now circulating rapidly across social media, appears to capture a private conversation implicating the boxing legend in a high-stakes financial scheme involving offshore accounts, shell companies, and undisclosed assets. This leak not only challenges the undefeated champion's long-standing claims of financial invincibility, but also raises serious legal and ethical questions about how Mayweather handled his vast fortune.
Floyd Mayweather is about to pay $2 billion to purchase a sports team and may never have to pay taxes again. The tax code offers these super wealthy so many methods to erase their income through deductions, and none is better than purchasing a sports team. Buying a sports team is like buying a unicorn real estate property. The value is always going to go up, the owner is going to make money, but on their tax return, they're going to use a strategy to report that they're losing money. See, the owner is actually allowed to write off the entire cost of the sports team against future income. This will allow Floyd to pay less in taxes. It's called amortization, which is very similar to depreciation. But if Floyd ever decides to sell the team, then the taxes will be owed. Who cares then? Because the taxes he was supposed to pay during those years, he's going to take that money, reinvest it for personal profit. See you, Floyd. Hit your boy up if you need help with taxes. My name is Duke, and I make taxes very easy to understand. Give me a follow to stay educated.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is making significant strides in New York City's real estate market with a reported $402 million investment in an affordable housing portfolio. The deal encompasses over 60 buildings, primarily located in Upper Manhattan, totaling approximately 1,000 residential units.
The biggest flexer in the culture, Floyd Mayweather, would take to Instagram to announce that he just bought multifamily units in Manhattan for $400 million, all right? He would say he got 62 properties exact, took a photo op, the multifamily units is in the back, and he would say this is money out of his own pocket.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
This acquisition is poised to be one of the city's largest multifamily transactions in recent years. Mayweather has expressed that this investment holds deep emotional significance for him, reflecting on his humble beginnings and the importance of providing affordable housing options. The properties are expected to benefit from Article 11 tax exemptions, ensuring long-term affordability for residents.
I want to talk about now, because yesterday in the New York Post, they talked about this, and I saw it on social media. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't believe it. But now it's like, my man, you've got a $400 million Manhattan real estate portfolio?
Not just 400 million. So it's a lot more, but that's just one of the portfolios I happen to purchase in 2024.
Wow. And that's how it's blossoming.
Well, you know, the number is growing each and every day. Like I said, the number is growing each and every day. That's one of my buildings in Manhattan. And as you can see, everything down bottom, from top to bottom I own, all the way down.
And I'm truly, truly blessed.
Yeah.
Truly, truly blessed.
You're blessed.
While Floyd Mayweather proudly announced his $400 million real estate deal in Manhattan, Business Insider has cast serious doubts on the legitimacy of his claims. According to their investigation, there is little evidence that Mayweather is actually the buyer behind the massive portfolio of over 60 apartment buildings. Real estate insiders and property records have not confirmed his direct involvement or ownership.
Business world. A deal like this gets talked about. People know about it beforehand. It's something that really shakes up the market. So for this to happen and for nobody to know about it was very strange. And, it came across the radar of the experts and they did their digging and they found out that Floyd Mayweather is full of fish. Business Insider launched an investigation and Floyd Mayweather claims that all the buildings belong to him and he don't have any partners and he just purchased 62 rental units in Manhattan. At the end of their investigation, they would come to a conclusion that Floyd Mayweather claims do not appear to match reality. All right, they would say a month after Mayweather's announcement, none of the buildings have changed hands. So the owners of the building can be seen. Like, these is public records. They will say, according to New York City property records, which are usually updated within days of a sale. Several experts says a deal to sell the properties outright to Mayweather does not seem imminent. Now, here's where the funny business starts. You see how Mayweather said he owns all the properties, he have no partners, right? So he got tipped off that Business Insider was doing an investigation.
Mayweather may be exaggerating or misrepresenting his role in the deal to maintain his image as a wealthy mogul. Furthermore, financial experts note that such a large-scale transaction typically involves institutional investors or development firms, not individual buyers without a clear paper trail. This skepticism raises important questions about Mayweather's actual financial status and whether his flashy lifestyle is supported by real assets or crafted public relations. For now, the truth behind the $400 million claim remains uncertain, and scrutiny continues to grow.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same.
All right. Well, now we're trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand as a real estate person myself what exactly he is communicating when he's saying that he owns this, because they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but what it seems like is that he owns shares of these buildings, and it's a larger, it's part of an investment that he did on his own.
A member of Floyd Mayweather's team, speaking off the record, added fuel to the growing skepticism by revealing that there is no known investment partner involved in the alleged Manhattan real estate deal. This statement directly contradicted public speculation that Mayweather might be part of a joint venture or silent partnership with a larger firm. Instead, they claimed that Floyd is portraying himself as the sole buyer, despite the scale of the transaction raising eyebrows within real estate circles.
So a member of his team spoke off the record. And they actually try to modify the story a little bit to get ahead of it. So it went from we own all the buildings with no partners to now their story is changing up a little bit. Oh, they reached out to the Housing Partnership, a spokesperson. Now, the Housing Partnership of NYC is a nonprofit group that is a partner in a majority of these like really huge like property deals. And it helps, the person buying it to qualify for tax breaks and grants and preserve the affordability of the portfolio apartments, right? If you're buying affordable housing, then you're gonna go through the NYC Housing Partnership. That never happened, okay? So the spokesperson says the Housing Partnership has not been advised of any sale, pending sale, or change in ownership. Generally, the partnership will be advised of the transfer and will be party to the transfer. That has not occurred. A person directly... Now, here's where Mayweather get on that BS, bro. All right, here's where the shady business starts. A person directly involved in the deal with Mayweather said that Mayweather had purchased a small minority ownership interest in the portfolio with options to expand that stake over time or acquire the buildings in their entirety. It is not clear if Mayweather will exercise those options. The person asked to remain anonymous to speak about a confidential arrangement with Mayweather. So off the rip, he lied, right? He misrepresented it to come across as if he owns 62 units, is a $400 million deal. I have no partners in this.
The source's statement only deepens concerns about the legitimacy of the deal, especially given the lack of documentation or third-party confirmation. If true, this could mean that Mayweather is either significantly inflating his role in the transaction or potentially involved in a complex shell arrangement not yet visible to the public. Mayweather's investment in affordable housing has raised questions about its potential as a tax strategy. Notably, some of these properties benefit from Article 11 tax exemptions, which can provide up to 40 years of tax relief for affordable housing projects in New York City. These exemptions are designed to incentivize the development and maintenance of affordable housing by reducing property taxes. For investors like Mayweather, this can translate into significant long-term savings, enhancing the profitability of the investment.
That's going to be their future, et cetera. But real estate is a great opportunity for them to, move forward, show that they've been successful in something, have that piece to stand on.
I don't know if you've seen the recent videos with Floyd Mayweather. Have you seen this where he's walking down the streets in, I think it's Brooklyn or New York, and he's doing it very softly, like, yeah, I own this whole building. Like, he owns blocks, right? So he's done a nice job with transitioning into real estate as well.
Yeah, he's made a lot of money in real estate, and all kind of as not flashy real estate, but generally speaking, buying simple working class apartments and holding them for 10 years, and that's kind of the big piece of real estate is. They just always go up a little bit, and sometimes they go up a lot, but they're headed up in general because of inflation. Effectively, everyone living there is paying you 20 to 30% of their income to rent from you, and so it's a great long-term asset to hold.
And it's not always about this term, what you make, but it's what you keep that really, really matters.
However, this is not the first time Floyd Jr. is facing accusations of financial fraud. Mayweather and DJ Khaled found themselves entangled in the fraudulent cryptocurrency scheme of Centratech, a startup that falsely advertised its digital currency services. The company misled investors by claiming partnerships with major financial institutions like Visa and MasterCard, which were entirely fabricated. Mayweather and Khaled promoted Centratech's initial coin offering without disclosing their financial incentives. Mayweather received $100,000, while Khaled pocketed $50,000. Their endorsements helped attract investors, who ultimately lost millions when the project collapsed.
How did you get Mayweather and Khaled on? How much did you have to pay them? So we had connections through Miami club scene, right? And those type of guys, you just you talk to a guy that knows them. They they ask him how much they'll do a commercial for or whatever the fuck it is. And Floyd's price was $1 million, right? But we ended up paying Floyd mostly in the currency that we had made. So we basically paying him with fake money, and we paid him $250,000 cash, and then the the 750,000 in Centra coins, which was like fucking, you know, who the fuck cares? And right away, you know, he puts out, like, I don't know who the fuck's listening to Floyd Mayweather for where to invest, you know, kind of retarded in my opinion, but fuck it. You know, he puts out one commercial we sent him like a fake card that was just basically one of our debit cards. He swipes it, he's like buying fucking underwear with my Bitcoins, you know, that type of fucking thing, and millions of dollars just came flooding in right from that fucking post.
He just fucking loves money.
Yeah. He'll do any sort of fucking ad.
Yeah.
You can send him a deal, and if you give him $1 million, he fucking...
Cryptocurrency, I mean, it's the new wave. It's what everybody's doing. And I started, you know, of course I started with boxing, but then of course now it's real estate. My real estate portfolio is crazy, but I'm truly blessed. I'm truly blessed. And if cryptocurrency is the new wave, you know what? Be the best.
Now, Sandra and John, I try to save that for you, but as you know, the champ will do what the champ wants to do.
In the Netflix documentary Bitcoin, convicted fraudster Ray Trapani recounts orchestrating the Centra Tech cryptocurrency scam, which raised millions through deceptive claims. Trapani enlisted celebrities like Floyd Mayweather and DJ Khaled to promote the fraudulent venture, exploiting their massive social media followings. He described Mayweather as not the brightest, suggesting the boxer was unaware of the scheme's illegitimacy. Both Mayweather and Khaled faced penalties from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for failing to disclose payments received for their endorsements. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission charged both celebrities for unlawfully promoting securities, leading to Mayweather paying $614,775 in penalties, and Khaled paying $152,725. Meanwhile, Centra Tech's founders, including Sohrab Sharma, were arrested and later sentenced for wire fraud and conspiracy after duping investors out of nearly $25 million.
Investors are accusing the celebrities of promoting a no-name crypto called Ethereum Max.
Do your homework, do your research.
I would not move forward with an endorsement that a celebrity had recommended just on the fact that they were a celebrity.
Kajenwa Moit teaches branding and marketing at Parsons School of Design at the New School.
You know, they did what every scammer would normally do, which is to name it after something that is trusted. In fact, what we came to find is Ethereum Max has nothing to do with Ethereum. It doesn't even sit on the Ethereum blockchain, but it's a way of duping people.
Floyd Mayweather has built an entire persona around his extravagant lifestyle. From flashy cars to custom jewelry and stacks of cash, he never shies away from flaunting his wealth. Mayweather's flashy lifestyle has always been a part of his brand, but his financial dealings haven't always been spotless. While he's undoubtedly made a fortune through his legendary boxing career, endorsements, and business ventures, there have been instances where his involvement in promotions has raised ethical concerns.
People into my life. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. I have to bring you guys into my life on a daily basis. Check it out. Check out my view again. Once again, I should say. The Michael Jackson steps.
The Centra Tech case was one example where he failed to disclose financial incentives for endorsing a fraudulent crypto company. While he settled with the SEC and paid penalties, situations like this highlight how celebrities' financial promotions can sometimes mislead investors. That said, Mayweather still commands immense influence, and despite controversies, his wealth and reputation in the sports and entertainment world remain intact.
CoinDesk and Floyd Mayweather Instagram, he's promoting Centra Tech card, spending Bitcoins, Ethereum, and other types of cryptocurrency in Beverly Hills with my titanium Centra card. This is just really so cool. And let me show you another video. Pause it for a sec. Yeah, so I wanted to show you the video. And yes, if Mayweather is showing this card, this is definitely a deal. I have invested in ICR.
Floyd Mayweather was once under scrutiny for his involvement in NFT and cryptocurrency projects that have raised concerns among investors and regulators. Blockchain investigator Zach XBT has accused Mayweather of promoting several questionable ventures, including the Floyd token, which he hyped on social media before deleting related posts. This pattern mirrors previous instances where Mayweather endorsed projects like Mayweather, Real Floyd NFT, Ethereum, Max, Bored Bunny, and Moonshot, many of which have been labeled as scams by the crypto community.
You won't believe this. Floyd Mayweather is back in the NFT space to launch his metaverse called mayweather. There will be 5,000 NFTs with different utility, rarity levels, and rewards. But this NFT project is after a series of NFT and crypto scams he's started and promoted throughout the years. Some abandoned projects are Centra ICO, Ethereum Max, Floyd NFT, Bored Bunny, scamming his supporters for over more than $5 million. What do you think? Follow for more NFT news.
Floyd Mayweather's flashy lifestyle has sparked debates. Do you think his financial dealings are fair or deceptive? Drop your thoughts in the comments.